Just 6 of the 7 friendlies done. What have you made of pre-season so far?
Hate it. Honestly, I can't stand it. Players on holiday, players injured, players unavailable. So what you look like is nothing what you'll be in 6 weeks' time, because you're having to play players that are not going to play. You're trying to build for next week, and then you've got players missing that are going to play, and then players who are playing now ain't going to be there. So it's just all over the place. And look, we've had a lot of the ball tonight. Again, the reason we played that, we knew that Ingles would come and be hard to break down. You know, we're going to face games like that. So we've had a lot of the ball, and you know, MJ's given us a lot second half, and you know, we're lucky not to score. But apart from that, we didn't look like scoring. But yeah, just you know, build was nice, but just not creating enough. So a lot of work to do before we start.
Is that kind of going to be the main focus, on just getting more of a goal threat?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we need it, and just working to lads. You know, results are absolutely irrelevant. You know, people can get carried away with victories, with losses, with whatever else, but I mean nothing. There's no points on the line. There's no cups you're playing for. So there's nothing on the line apart from just trying to get into decent habits for next week. And look, we've had 6 now. We've got 1 more to go, and it's been a busy schedule. You know, probably got it wrong with 1 too many. Wanted to get the Corn game in, just to, you know, have a look at some of theirs and just so, you know, build a good relationship with Bez as I have done. So yeah, that's what that was for, and just probably took a little bit too much out of us in the end. But yeah, we'll be okay come next week, I'm sure.
What more then do you want from the Heather game on Saturday before you look to head towards Daventry?
Well, there's always a little bit more on that, you know, with the Simon Blythe Memorial. So there's always a little bit more on that game, and it's always a good one to finish on. You know, they'll have a really good team again this year, and they'll be trying to get promoted out of Step 6, and it's always a more competitive affair with that one. So it's more like a league game, really. They'd be, you know, they'd hold their own perfectly in our league. So it's more like a league game, and you're trying to get to where you want to be for Daventry next week. But it's hard because, as I said, people are not there on Saturday. They'll be in next week, and there's people there Saturday. They're not available next Saturday. So, you know, that it just kills you. You're not settled until probably 6 weeks in September time, when you know people ain't going to play and you know your squad then. So yeah, look, just get through it. You got to just get through this spell and this time, and then it's probably why we start crap every year, because you know, then we have a good run come October time, because you got your settled squad. But yeah, look, we've had 6 good games. You know, I'm looking forward to getting the last one out of the way so we can train twice next week before we start. We've got a lot to do. So looking forward to really getting Saturday done and training next week. But we want to go and win Saturday. You know, we've won it the last 2 years, so we want to try and make it 3 years in a row.
I spoke to you the other week. You said you're still sort of looking to add down that left side with left back and a left wing. Obviously had a left winger in tonight. Having a look at him, are you still hoping to add in those 2 positions?
Yeah, hopefully he does sign. I need to speak to him and get him in, because he'll be very, very good. He hasn't played a lot of football, and you can see there, especially second half, he's twisting people up and he's beating people. He hasn't played a lot of football, so he's only going to get better and better. So yeah, if he wants to come, then I want to get him done. So I need to have a good chat with him now and get him in the building, because he'll be a big repair for us. And we had a left back done, he's gone elsewhere. So you know, he's gone elsewhere. He gave me his word, and he's gone somewhere else. So that's what this time of season does. You know, that's why until they're signed on the dotted line, it's hard to really commit. But you know, we had one done, and we lost Barber, which was always going to be big. So we had a lad done, but he's gone elsewhere in our league. So yeah, all the best to him.